Hey guys, it's Hector here, and you knew it was coming. I got another Baby Metal Live review, sort of. So I watched the latest Baby Metal Blu-ray. I should say I watched the show because I don't have the Blu-ray because they only sold it on the ASMart, or maybe it's ASMart, I don't know, which is a Japanese merchandise website for some reason because Baby Metal's like a whole worldwide band now, but they're still only selling things straight in Japan at first. And even I saw, because I like their Facebook page, I saw that the Live in London Blu-ray is barely coming out now, and I've had that for months. Remember, I already reviewed it on this channel. But apparently, they sold out, and they only sold it on this one website, this Japanese website, and now people are trying to sell this Blu-ray for $200 to $500 on eBay. And of course, I don't have $200 and $500 to spend on this single Blu-ray, and they're only asking for $50 when it first released from the official websites, you know? So $50 to $200 or to $500, that's just crazy. So unfortunately, I had to download it, I had to pirate it. I'm not, saying pirating is good. I never condone it. I even have all 4 of the other Baby Metal Blu-rays. So I say buy the Blu-rays, but of course you can't buy these because they're all sold out. So I don't know what to tell you other than just try and find it online, And then when it does come out on Blu-ray, then I absolutely buy it. Well, if you like it, I guess. So I'm going to review it as best as I can from what I have seen. So it's, the typical Blu-ray that you usually see. So it has the same specs, so I'll be reading it off here. It's 1920 by 1080p, about 24 frames per second, 16 by 9 aspect ratio, in color, linear PCM stereo audio, 48 kilohertz, 24-bit. The running time is about 1 hour and 35 minutes, but the thing is, there's only one concert on this one Blu-ray. There's usually 2 concerts, and one of the Blu-rays had 3 concerts. But there's only one concert, and that's it. It was the Baby Metal Legend 2015 New Year's Fox Festival, so I'm pretty sure it took place around 2014, 2015 New Year, And it was held at the Saitama Super Arena, I believe that's what it was called. Yes. And so the whole arena was freaking large. It was crazy, and then the stage was pretty big. And then, the center stage was right here. And then they have 2 smaller stages on the side that are connected by red bridges. And then there's another stage right in the middle of the audience that's connected by this other bridge that can kind of raise up and raise down. So all 4 members of the Kami band are in here from the start of the concert to the end. And I'm pretty sure it's the same members that were in the Live at Budokan Blu-ray and concerts. Because, sometimes they switch out some members here and there. So I'm pretty sure it's the exact same 4 from the Live at Budokan concert. And of course the girls are singing as much as possible. Of course there's, voiceovers over the speakers during select times, when it's supposed to be like a whisper type thing. And but generally they're singing legitimately. But you can tell that on certain parts, on some of the songs, there's kind of like a backup voice to have a more rhythmic feel. Because if you watch the older concerts, you can tell that Sue Metal sounds a little bit flat sometimes. So they kind of added a more rhythmic tone to make her sound like a better singer, basically. Because she isn't a top-notch singer. Of course, she's not terrible, but she's, average, I guess. But the sound setup and the lighting is really, really terrific. It's probably even better than the Live at Budokan setup, honestly. And I usually say Live at Budokan is the best Baby Metal Blu-ray and Baby Metal concert setup and all that. So this one, Legend 2015 New Year's Fox Festival, this might be the new best sound setup and lighting setup. So I thought I'd go through the entire set list and talk about each song and maybe show a little clips or whatever. We'll see what happens, because sometimes YouTube tries to block stuff. And I also took a few notes, so I'll be looking over here. Just in case you see me looking over here, this is because I took some notes while I was watching the Blu-ray. Okay, so first, the whole concert starts out with this, intro movie with a, animation and all that. And it says this is Metal Resistance Part 3, basically. And then, so the first song is Megitsune, which is, pretty good. Well, it's one of my favorite songs, but when it's done live, I don't know, it sounds a little bit different musically, not the voice, not the singing, but the actual band. It just doesn't sound quite the same to me. But there wasn't anything special other than, it's the live version. And then second is Ine. And in this one, usually when they get to the rap part, they just say, yo, yo, and then they, play to the crowd and say the arena's name. Well, the name of this arena is so long, they just said SSA, the Saitama Super Arena. And so, well, first, they didn't play to the crowd. They did the actual rap part of the song. If you go back and listen to the music video or to the single or whatever on your CD, you'll see there isn't no playing to the crowd because it's a CD, and they have this rap part. When in the live versions, they usually don't have the rap part. They usually don't say the rap part. But in this version, they said the rap part, then they're playing to the crowd, and then they continued with the song. And so, of course, they go from stage to stage, and it just all plays to the song and the choreography and all that stuff. So they have a huge place to kind of mix up their choreography a little bit. And the third song is it's actually a new song. You can't find it anywhere. Hopefully it'll be on the newest Baby Metal album. We'll see. It's called Awadama Fever. And I asked my Japanese friends, I was like, what's Awadama? What does that translate to? Because Google Translate didn't help me for I just have so much problems with Google Translate sometimes. My Japanese friend said Awadama is pretty much like soap bubbles. So I guess like soap bubble fever or something, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's like a bubble bath type thing. Anyways, so it's a brand new song, and it's a pretty good song. You can find the full... Some people have uploaded the full song from this Blu-ray onto YouTube, but who knows how long they'll stay up, because, they try and crack down on those and take it off, and even take the entire channel off. So it is a good song. The only problem I have with it is the drums in the song sound really, really fake, and it sounds like they're playing it over the speakers. It sounds like kind of the keyboard kind of technical drums, or whatever you want to call it, But they do have a drummer, and the drummer is playing some of it, but he's not playing that part for that song because it is going so fast, and maybe he's just not that expert of a drummer or something. But you can just tell that the drums going over the speakers, or the drums from the song are going over the speakers, and then the actual drummer is just kind of doing a backup to it. That's kind of a bummer, since I usually love the drummer, but the song is still pretty good, so go look it up if you're interested, and hopefully it's up somewhere. Next up is Akatsuki, and it started off with the same musical type intro from Live in London, because remember when I was reviewing the Live in London concerts, they mixed up a few of the songs, or added extra intros. I believe Akatsuki had like a extra piano intro, or it might have been Rondo of Nightmare. It was one of those two. So, but actually both of those songs have the extra musical intro that were from Live in London, and then so they added them to this live concert. And it was kind of a bummer that they didn't have the pyrotechnics during this song, because I usually like the huge flamethrowers during Akatsuki, but it's just a whole showmanship type thingy. It's not important, but they didn't have any. But they did have the CO2 jets, the fire extinguisher type mist stuff, and so they just had that during the song. And then next up was Onedari Daisaksen, which is just black baby metal, just Yui and Moa metal doing it, stuff like that. Nothing special to this version. And then the next song was Catch Me If You Can, which had the extended intro from the band, from the Kami band, but it's not, I don't know if you can really call it an intro like the Mischief of Metal Gods, which has been live in London and live at Budokan now, because Catch Me If You Can is usually just a complete freestyle thing. It's almost never the same from song to song and concert to concert. So in this one, it was a little bit different for the extended intro, and then they went into the song, and Su Metal was actually singing in like this kind of a cute baby talk voice during some of the parts for this song. I don't know why, and I think this was the first time she's done it that I've seen. But you know, when you talk to your dog and you're like, oh, who's a cute boy or something like that, she was kind of singing like that during some parts of Catch Me If You Can. And then and next was Uki Uki Midnight, nothing special there. Next was Song 4, nothing special there. And then next was Rondo of Nightmare, which did have the beginning song from the Kami band, The Mischief of Metal Gods, which is pretty much its own song. But again, it's not listed on the set list in the back of the Blu-ray as its own song. But it is always the exact same musical range, or whatever you want to call it. The band always plays their instruments the same way for this intro. It is not a freestyle the same way as Catch Me If You Can. And then it goes into Rondo of Nightmare. And then we have Headbanger. And there is no gong at the end of Headbanger, because usually Headbanger closes out the show, and then at the end of the show they hit the gong, and then that's the end of the show. But this was not the end of the show, so there was no gong. And immediately at the end of Headbanger, it goes black, and then like 1 or 2 seconds later, they instantly go into the next song, which was Gimme Chocolate. And in this one, they played to the crowd again, just like in Live in London. And then, number 12 is Ijime Dame Zettai. And for some reason, the intro for this had the English animation intro that they played in Live in London, even though this was in Japan. And so I don't know why they had the English intro when they're in Japan and stuff, but they did. And then they played Ijime Dame Zettai. And during the song, they did have pyrotechnics, the flamethrowers and all that, so that was pretty cool. And then so the show ended right there. The whole screen went black. And then, like usual, the crowd asked for an encore. And so they came out, I don't know, 2 minutes later maybe. Well, it probably wasn't 2 minutes, but it seemed like quite a long time. So there's a short animation. And then they played Baby Metal Death. There wasn't anything special with Baby Metal Death. And then they played Doki Doki Morning. And there wasn't really anything special about Doki Doki Morning. And then they did a new animation video again, and then they played Road to Resistance to finish up the entire concert. And again, that version of Road of Resistance is the same version on the official Baby Metal YouTube channel. So if you want to see that performance and you want to see the whole arena and the concert and all that stuff, just go to the official Baby Metal YouTube channel, look up Road of Resistance, and that's where this concert is, or that's where this video was taken from, or whatever, you know. And that's about it. And in my opinion, it is a really, really great concert. I think it's a little lame to only have one single concert on this Blu-ray and still kind of charge the same price when they were having 2 concerts on per Blu-ray. Again, it was $50 when they were officially selling it, but then they sold out. They only sold it in Japanese stores, online stores and stuff. And now people are just trying to sell them for $200 to $500 on eBay, which is a complete ripoff. And I am not going to buy one for $200 to $500. I will buy it when I can get an official copy, or if somebody goes down to maybe 80 or something, I don't know, then maybe I'd buy it. Even though it is still kind of a bummer that it's only one concert and still so expensive. But again, this is like a really, really, really great concert. There's a huge full set list. There's the new song. The lighting is terrific. The colors are terrific. The sound is terrific. It is just, it's probably tied for the best Blu-ray with Live at Budokan. If there were 2 concerts and another one was just as good as this one, I would say this is the best Blu-ray that Baby Metal has put out. But since there's only 1 concert, it's kind of tough to say it's better than Live at Budokan that has 2 concerts and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, maybe some people would disagree. Who knows? But that's all I got to say about it. Does anybody have it? Did anybody get a chance to buy it? Is anybody going to buy a $200 or $500 version? Leave a comment telling me what you think. And I guess that's it. Thumbs up if you liked this video or if you appreciated it. Don't hate me for pirating it. I feel bad, but I will definitely buy it when I can actually buy it. And subscribe to my channel if you want to see any more Japanese related stuff. Sometimes I do product reviews like this. Sometimes I do vlogs, personal opinions and all that. And sometimes I do some sort of educational videos in some form or another. But they're all in the Japanese and otaku sphere or realm or whatever you want to call it. So if you want to see any of that, definitely subscribe, because more is coming in the future.